What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Elevator Life. Today's episode, we're coming to you from Beijing. I'm up here for a wine show and got to meet a online entrepreneur friend who now we've got to finally meet in person, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Thanks very much for coming on the show. You want to give an introduction, who you are and what are you up to here in China?
My name is Shlomo and I live in Beijing for now 2.5 years. Been very, very active at the entrepreneurs community here in Beijing.
Very cool.
Organizing the Lean Startup Meetup, so we got a lot of events, and obviously that brings a lot of involvement with people and events.
And is there a lot of activity with entrepreneurs up here in Beijing? Is it
crazy stuff?
Really?
Crazy stuff. We had our group maybe growing 4 times more the last 15 months.
That's massive.
14 months.
That's awesome to hear. It's happening all over China. There's just an entrepreneurial scene going on.
You probably feel it the same way.
In Guangzhou, we have some activity too, of course. Different business sectors, but
Yeah, I see all your import-export things, and I relate to that very much, the entrepreneurial spirit.
Exactly.
But I don't know much about it.
and what is your business then? Let's jump into that. What's your
I'm more of the tech stuff.
Okay.
So that would be internet, mobile. We do mobile distribution with mobile apps from out of China to the Chinese market.
So you help segue companies who kind of want to penetrate the Chinese app market, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Because the market is very fragmented. So app in China, helping with dealing with all these stores. So rumors say that there are 200 stores in China, kind of like Google Play. And
really?
Even bigger number of people saying are like 400.
Wow.
So it's been really wild. We're doing this for the biggest 20, which covers about 89% of the market. So you're pretty safe.
Yeah, you're
But there are always new surprises coming in, like, companies buying other companies, stuff like that. So there are changes, but we're...
Market's always changing, right?
Exactly.
That's something we both experience, regardless of business. Every day something's changing here in China.
So we're following this, but that's the main thing. So everything got to do with mobile.
You also run a blog about China as well, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Startup Noodle. Startup Noodle was something I started even before App in China. I've been really excited coming to China, trying it out.
Yeah, everybody comes to try it out.
And then I discovered, I've done this journey from Israel as an entrepreneur coming from Israel to China, and wanted to help others do the same thing. And therefore I started...
Sounds pretty similar to some other guys.
And then I discovered the elevator life. But I think like a year after or something like that.
Oh yeah, we've been putting videos up.
Launched.
Yeah?
I launched, I don't know, like July. This is going to be 2 years now.
Wow, incredible, incredible. It's a great blog, a lot of very helpful content, and you'll see all the reviews on there. Very, very helpful, intelligent guy.
It's just like, it's community thing. You do the support thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's building a great brand too. Great brand. Can you tell me, you did the entrepreneurial thing like we did. We left the US and just came to China and said, this is where we're going. And you did something similar as well, right? Just said, you had your eye on this market and said, I want to jump in?
So I had some peer, not so much experience with China, but something with China before that. So it's kind of was somewhere there. I've done something called the China Business Webinars, even before coming to China.
Oh wow!
Not for the first time. So I was here for 2 months, and afterwards in Israel for a couple of years. So done things related to China, but now I realize how much I didn't know.
Yeah, I learned something new every day. You have to be able to adapt here, right?
Yeah,
it's incredible.
And after doing this for a couple of years in Israel, you realize I want to be here and experience the first-hand experience. We got married, and after a year, we moved from Tel Aviv to Beijing.
So came together and came to Beijing and said, let's make it happen, right?
Just found the first job to support us somehow. It was pretty tough then.
Yeah, I know. We have an episode on here. We'll link to it. It's have you ever been completely broke? That's one of our most viewed episodes. And the entrepreneurial hardship you go through at the beginning, that will really test your fibers as an entrepreneur and to see if you're really cut out for it.
Jump in the water.
Yeah, you have to jump in, and it's going to be freezing cold and uncomfortable, but either take a few deep breaths and then start swimming, or you sink. So
and it's getting better and better.
Yeah, it is. It's getting great here. Can you? I'm really interested in the Beijing scene. So you say tech. Is that really the main entrepreneurial stuff happening here in this city?
Definitely. Beijing is the biggest hub for technology in general, even on startups.
Oh, wow.
In China. It doesn't mean that there are any other big ones in China.
Yeah.
Like Shanghai, Shenzhen,
Yep.
maybe even Guangzhou.
Yep.
But the main hub, like Zhongguancun here, the area is called the Silicon Valley of China.
Really? I had no idea.
This is where all the universities are. So the main Chinese scene for startups and entrepreneurs is actually in Haidian.
Okay.
That's right there. And it's very... And there is another kind of scene of startups and foreign entrepreneurs coming to China.
Yes.
And there are many of them also here in Beijing. I think comparable to Shanghai, it's about the same.
Oh, okay, so a lot of domestic entrepreneurs here now, but foreign entrepreneurs
a lot of them,
making their way.
Like people say 10 times more than all the others.
Wow.
Wow. You can measure that. But.
Yeah, no, of course. But that's very exciting to hear that there's so much just tech activity happening up here, and it's really exciting to hear the locals themselves, the Chinese, are trying to get more entrepreneurial than they've been in the past.
I'm sure that percentage-wise, it's still very small, as entrepreneurship for Chinese is not perceived as something good. You need to have a stable job, and you need to get married and buy a house and all that.
Yeah.
But kind of the spirit and how things are run, it's getting better and better.
Okay.
Still, a small startup, tech startup in China is 15 people.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Whereas in the West, it can be your part-time job when you start.
Exactly. Incredible.
That's a numbers game. That's how it works.
Yeah. Well, it's just exciting to see they're trending that way. Getting more ambitious, if you will. And one of the last things I want to ask that we ask everybody we interview is, any tips, any advice if you want to come to China, or you want to, like you said, get your feet wet. You said just jump right in and see what happens, or?
I think my best advice is be patient.
Be patient.
Because so when I came here and we were 3 or 4 months here already, and it's like, so we felt, okay, things are moving, and then afterwards things weren't so moving. It's like, okay, maybe it's not, we were just thinking we were moving. It took me about a year, maybe even a year and a half, understanding what's my value here, and what's my competitive advantage, and what I can do for myself,
and what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's it's so funny you say that, because we again, another episode where we have very similar point of views and experiences and journeys so far, just coming here and trying to see what happens. And everybody thinks everything moves so fast here in China, but you have to put your time in. And I believe Tim said it was about a year for him, because I had experience in China, for about a year for him to kind of actually get comfortable and be like, okay, now I can do something. And that's what it's all about, is putting your time in, being patient, and finding success.
Nobody throws money at you when you're just landing the airport.
Exactly, yeah. You have to wait at least a year or two for that.
Yes.
That's the goal, at least. Thanks very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Hope everybody here learned a thing or two. I'm sure you learned a lot. I learned a lot in this episode. So, again, if you're interested in Shlomo or what he's up to, we're going to link to his website, his blog, and
just get in touch.
Yeah.
I would really appreciate it.
Follow up with him and his wealth of knowledge. So, cheers, everyone.
Thanks, guys.